Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hope you're all doing well. So today we have an interesting topic. We wanted to discuss accountability partners. So we did a video recently where we had Patsy on board. She's a really cool chick. You guys should check out that video. So Sadia and Patsy, in this case, they were talking about accountability partners and why it's important. But how then do you choose this accountability partner? For example, I have an accountability partner, and I think the first thing I was really looking out for is that we share the same growth.
Okay.
I didn't want to choose someone who's a spendthrift, and that's the habit I'm trying to kill.
Right.
Because it's not really going to help me, it's just going to make me feel like, okay, I spent more than I wanted to. Okay, so tomorrow we won't spend, tomorrow we won't spend, and then you continue with the cycle. I don't think that kind of accountability partner will help you, they'll just derail you.
Yeah. I think if it touches on things like money, the emotional relationship we have with our person is very important because our relationship with our money is very psychological and emotional. So it needs to be somebody who can sort of mentor you through the process kindly and talk to you in a way that allows you not to give in to those maybe childlike or emotional habits that you're trying to break. So it needs to be somebody who's emotionally sound, like their baseline is neutral with you, and when they speak to you, it's somebody that you respect and you value what they say, so that when they tell you something, it's not like, here we go again, now you're nagging me, kind of a thing, because those things happen, right? So it's important to look out for that. What is your emotional response to this person? Do they make you feel on edge? Don't ask an accountability partner who you feel like the minute you hear their voice, it's a complaint and then angry. Like that's the first thing I would suggest, right? It should be somebody you respect, somebody who can give you an insider perspective, who knows you well enough to look at you objectively, and when they say something to you, don't feel like I'm gonna catch feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's a very big point, especially when you speak about respect, because your accountability partner should give you tough love.
Yes.
If you're someone who spends a lot, maybe you agree, I want Sadia, please help me, I need to save at least 10,000 every month, and then I'm the same person who will come with an excuse, oh you see, I saw some cute shoes going to work. That accountability partner should be your friend, yes, should know how to relate with you, but they should give you that tough love, like, Sadia, just listen.
I'm smiling.
Stop doing this.
I'm smiling because I just remembered a story. It was actually very recent. I wanted to go buy some new clothes and I asked my best friend to come with me. So we're walking around the store and I'm picking out clothes, and she wasn't shopping that day. You know, usually when people go shopping, if you feel like doing it, she knows that like, yo, you're the one who wants to go shopping, I'm going to support you, but I'm not doing it for myself. So I went and I picked a whole bunch of stuff, and then she says, so she's looking at the price tags on it, so she's like, so you're going to buy all these clothes? I mean, and she knows a lot about me. So she's like, okay, cool. So now when we get to the counter, I picked out the things that I like. And by the way, in the changing room, before we even got to the counter, they were saying like, do you really need this? Like, you have already 2 white shirts. Like, do you really, I've seen you have this. So like, we have to like remove stuff. And I was like, well, I want that. Like, I'm the one buying it. She's like, do you need that? So she made me justify it. And then when we got to the counter, she said something, she's like, save your coins, like you're buying like all this stuff but you don't need everything you think you do. So she's literally got to the counter with me and removed some of the stuff that she thought I was overdoing, and I went home with like 5 things, but I was happy. My pocket was happy and I was happy, and I was just thinking back at that dialogue that I had with her. I don't think anybody else could have been able to do that with me. She knows me, we respect one another, and she won't take my trying to manipulate the situation and justify things. She's very like thorough, when she speaks to me. So I really respected that, because she could have easily enabled that spending, right, by just allowing me to. But because she really cares about me and she knows where I am in my life and what I'm trying to achieve, she was just like, hey, stop. Think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, I wonder if anybody else could have been able to tell me that.
Do you guys want a third person in that friendship? Yeah. I feel like I need it, because when it comes oh my god, when it comes to spending on clothes, I think that's the one thing that, as much as I think I'm disciplined, I fall short. Because if Sadia, I promise you, we go for shopping today and you tell me I'm going, don't need that, we will fight. I'll be like, excuse me, it's my money, it's a very cute trouser and I need it, and I will just come up with reasons as to why I need this piece of clothes. And I think, that's just what you need in an accountability partner, because especially when they know your area of weakness when it comes to spending, and they can nudge you out of it without offending you or making you feel like you're doing the wrong thing.
And plus, I dragged her to come with me, right? So why was I doing? And I know full well that was probably what I was going to get, but I also wanted to go back a step. Before we went shopping, like I had already committed that I was going shopping for this purpose and I needed these things. So I went and I tried on like 30 clothes, and I left with the 5 that I was going to take. She made sure that before we left the house, she was like, what is it that you need to shop for? And I said what I needed. I got there, I got excited, I tried on a bunch of things, but when we left, she made sure she was accountable to me that I was only going to get what I needed. So, you know, that's a really important component. If I go shopping by myself and I don't have a plan, trust me, I'll be exactly like you. I will justify everything that I touch. I'll be like, I need this, I need this, I need this. And most times you really don't, right? Yeah. You have things in your closet, you can mix and match with, you don't have to get like every pair. If you can afford to and you've budgeted for it, do it. But if you're going to shop without the plan, without an accountability partner, if you and me, like, you know, we're like the spendthrift when it comes to clothes.
We should never go for shopping together. It would be chaos.
It would be a disaster.
That would be chaos, yeah. So I think that's the fundamental of having an accountability partner. Someone who gets you, someone who's straight with you, someone who will nudge you back and like take you back to your goals. Like Sadia, you told me to help you, so you need to listen to me. And if you don't listen to me, then I'm sorry, I can't be your accountability partner. Then you're like, ooh, things are real.
And it's important to be able to identify if somebody is enabling your bad habits after you have told them that you don't want to. I mean, I'm not saying don't be friends with that person, but maybe then, you know, they're important in your life for something else, but it's definitely not being an accountability partner. It's actually, apart from being an honor to be somebody's accountability partner, it's a lot of hard work. And you have to be fiercely committed to somebody's growth. Right? And if you know you can't do it, don't do it for the sake of doing it. I think sometimes we just feel based on the relationships we have that we can, but really check yourself. Like, can I do this for somebody? I can do it definitely when it comes to like dieting. If you ask me to be your accountability partner, I'll be that guy. Push out anything that you put in your mouth. But if you don't ask me, I won't interfere. Right? So it's when you're given that opportunity to be that for somebody, you yourself also have to ask, like, is this something I'm good at or I'm poor at? Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Don't have like a blind mice chase, sort of guiding blind mice. That's how I look at it. We'll all be left in the dark and not knowing what we're doing.
Okay, that's a very nice point. So this is not a point for how to choose, but it's a point for you who wants to be an accountability partner for your friend. You need to check yourself first, because it's not about you anymore. I guess it's about your friend or this partner that you're trying to help out. So you need to make sure that you're in a good space to be able to help them out. Because also being an accountability partner, you need to make sure the communication is consistent. Because I can't say that I'm your accountability partner yet I don't know what you did last week. So even if you're busy, you need to come up, like we will be catching up on Wednesdays. If you guys don't see each other every single day, just catch up like once a week and have open discussions, like maybe I used 1 to 3 things on this is the money that I used, this is the money maybe I think I shouldn't have used but I did it anyway, so that you can be able to see, okay, this week at least you achieved 10% of what we agreed on, next week aim to achieving 20% of it. So giving your time, as you say, you need to really, it's like an investment. You need to give your time.
But also, maybe let's just touch on something, and I think it's a theme that will come up all the time. You know, we're trying to create a safe space where people talk about money, giving people tips about how they can navigate their personal finances. But is everybody willing and ready to share? Not everybody is comfortable. How do we get to that place within ourselves where we are comfortable to talk about money? Because I feel like if you don't talk about it, there's no way you're ever going to get better about it. That's how I do it.